I'm having trouble in my mind trying to understand how Bethesda can make a successful Elder Scrolls 6. By the time ES6 gets here, it's already gonna be so far behind a game like this. Like, I'm excited for it, but I just don't have time for it right now. The Bethesda that we've seen today, especially after seeing Starfield, they're a company that's stuck in the past. Stuck in the past. Stuck in the past. Okay. Woo! All right. You guys ready? Woo! Let's see it.
The others, they would take you to the tower. They're behind us. This ends here.
You hold our future in your hands. Take with you my blessings.
Patrick!
And the hope of the Empire. Find him and close shut the jaws of Oblivion.
They're calling it remastered? It's not what a remaster is.
Here
but
we
okay.
are 20 years later. When you think about the Elder Scrolls, to us it goes beyond game franchise.
Yeah, it's the DNA of Bethesda Game Studios.
Obviously, we're working on the 6th chapter
Nice standing
here,
desk, bro.
But what's great about the Elder Scrolls is being able to look back at all of the chapters. Skyrim, Oblivion, Morrowind, Daggerfall, Arena, and each of them try to define role-playing games and open-world games for their generation.
Fans got so connected with the worlds we've made and these stories we're telling, and it's really amazing.
Oblivion
we are on
was a
Source.
real defining moment in the series and for how we make games as a studio.
I think Oblivion was one of the first steps that Bethesda was taking to really move down like what made them famous. Like Oblivion Daggerfall to Morrowind to Oblivion was them moving to what made them become a mainstay in the development sphere. Like it was a huge step towards the Skyrim and stuff like that, which was great. So that was huge for all of us. I mean, I think everyone who played Oblivion fondly remembers it to some degree, even if not the whole picture, parts of it. And it was a major milestone for kind of the first person RPG players. Also in terms of sandbox games, big step forward for that as well.
I think when it comes to a remaster, we want people to feel the way they did then, but it's still a game of its time. You want to keep those bones in place. You want some of that old charm.
Coming back to Oblivion now with this tremendous visual update is absolutely amazing. It's the world I remember, but better.
There's so much there, both for the Elder Scrolls world and also this evolution of our games, I think is really, really important for people to take a look back at.
Woo! Oh, dude! Bro, that looks fantastic.
Whether you're reliving these moments or experiencing them for the first time, the world of Oblivion
Okay, just show us more. just keep showing that, man.
And feels
there we go.
When we decided to remaster Oblivion, we were really picky about finding the right partner. From the very beginning of this project, we had one rule.
It's interesting that they didn't do it themselves.
We weren't going to be able to do it right.
Maybe that's why it looks so
Our
good.
partners at Virtuous went above and beyond to bring our vision to life. The care and master has been absolutely breathtaking.
Welcome to Paris, and welcome to Virtuous. Our team here has been hard at work delivering the best remastered Oblivion experience possible. We've worked with Bethesda Game Studios on other projects in the past, so we know what makes
For anyone
that-
following along at home, by the way, this is a remake, not a remaster. Yeah.
We wanted to
They're
make
just using the term remaster as a
more
marketing
friendly
term.
to gamers with modern hardware. This is Oblivion in its most complete form.
I actually really like this direction. I like the idea of them taking their greatest hits and remaking them in new engines. I would love to see this happen to Fallout 3. I would love to see this happen to Fallout New Vegas. I would love to see this potentially even happen to Skyrim. Like if they're going to reinvent these mechanics and do all that kind of stuff, I'm all down for this. If anything, Microsoft, go buy that Virtuous studio, because we need to be doing that. Oh, Morrowind? Oh my God. Can you imagine if they did what they did to this remake to Morrowind? Oh my Lord, that'd be amazing. Like, can you imagine playing like a rebooted Morrowind into a rebooted Oblivion into like a super modded version of Skyrim? That would be a gaming like mecca. That would be amazing. So yeah, like that again, this company, if that product works well, if that product is awesome, which it looks like it is, but I haven't played it. If the Oblivion remake is awesome, like they need to be looking at this treatment to many of their titles.
We embark on an epic journey to stop the Mythic Dawn cult
The time of cleansing draws nigh.
from unleashing the Daedric Prince of Destruction.
What was the Oblivion Crisis? What happened to the previous Emperor of Cyrodiil? Why are there only 8 divines instead of 9?
You will find your own path. But there
Man,
will
he
be
looks great.
blood and death before the end.
Woo! Also, spoilers. Yeah, how much is it?
The technology we used to create the original was cutting edge at the time, but tools have
It's
come a
$50?
long way since then.
Wow.
The original Oblivion is still the heart and soul of the remaster, but we use Unreal Engine 5 to help achieve
Oh, it's
all
free
our
on Game
visual
Pass.
goals.
That's good.
We think of the Oblivion
on
game
Game
engine
Pass.
as the brain and Unreal 5 as the body. The brain drives all the world logic and gameplay, and the body brings to life the experience that
That's
players have
wild.
loved for almost 20 years.
That's
It's not
wild.
just about pure fidelity.
So they're
We
using
knew we had
like
to
both
preserve a
engines.
distinct style, making it as uniquely Oblivion as possible.
That's wild.
The brush opens a portal into the painting. You're stuck here like I am.
The Isles, a wonderful place. Good for a visit. Or eternity.
We've leveraged nearly every major feature from the latest version of Unreal 5.
Our goal was to push the visuals to the next level using the latest technologies.
Can they
We
do this
created
to New
brand
Vegas
highly
next,
detailed
please?
character models and stunning landscapes that
Let's
use
do this to
millions
New
of
Vegas
polygons
next.
in each asset, allowing
Yeah,
us a
let's
truly
do
impressive
that.
level of detail in the world. Every single asset in this game was completely redesigned and handcrafted.
We need to
from
do
scratch.
this to like Fallout 3,
We
New
implemented
Vegas.
an advanced
like, yep,
real-time lighting
100%.
system that accurately simulates how light interacts with the environment.
Damn.
This results in more realistic lighting and atmospheric effects. While the original game had limited dynamic shadows, now the entire world reacts naturally to light.
We
RTX
used an incredible
on.
new
Woo!
lip sync technology that really
Did they say when
enhanced
it's released? It's
performance
out
in our
now.
characters.
They just shadow
He
dropped it.
left us a warning. Heed it.
And Real Tools helped us create the base mesh of our characters. From there, our artists sculpt each race individually to adapt it to the mesh, allowing us to share the model, rig, and textures. As a result, all races, including Argonians, Orcs, and Khajiits, are built on the same base mesh, making the lip sync system more effective even when the characters have very different facial
Dang,
features.
nice, man.
Welcome to the guild.
We have access
These guys
to
are-
so
these
many
guys seem like they know what
modern
they're doing.
features. You'll see them in something as simple as running through a forest, insects flying around, fish swimming in the water, light filtering through the leaves. Thanks to these technological advances, you feel even more immersed in this living, breathing world.
What are our plans for this?
You'll really believe
we
you're
will
in
absolutely be playing this, but
I
not right
believe you
now.
can handle a more
I've got too many other games I'm working on.
assignment. I would like you to retrieve a carved panel from the
And
central
I know for a
chamber of the
fact,
High Thane.
when I start playing this, it's all I'm going to play for probably at least a week or two. So I do not have time for that right now. I don't have time. Yep. This is going to be a big playthrough.
It's not just visuals that we've modernized in the remaster. It's gameplay.
You don't change gameplay in a remaster! All right, anyway.
It's UI and UX. It's audio. We've updated features and systems across the board.
We've changed the approach to leveling, which I think will make a lot of people happy. It's inspired by the leveling systems of both Oblivion and Skyrim, so it's the best of both worlds.
Oh shit, dude, that's awesome.
We were able to fully recreate the character models, creating a physicality that feels more human.
I like these guys.
You see that in places like combat animations.
They
There's
definitely
a lot
need
more
to do New
separation
Vegas.
between the upper and lower body, and all the animations have more flourish. Combat in the original Oblivion didn't have sound effects, visual effects, or hit reactions. Now you'll get blood splatters, sparks, and controller feedback. We know it's a little thing, but little things add up to make the combat more modern
yes, they
and
do.
engaging.
Just hearing a dev say that, you know that dev is looking at it from a good
third-person
perspective.
perspective now.
I love
the
that.
original had third person, but there was no crosshair, and we felt the experience could be modernized. One of our goals was
Nice
for a
shot,
third-person view that compared to Starfield in terms of playability. Now, the third-person perspective has all the same control you get from the first-person view.
Smart.
You have my ear, citizen.
When Oblivion first launched,
Greetings. How goes it? How are you?
disk storage limits meant we couldn't have unique voiceovers for all the races. So we've gone back and recorded new lines of dialogue. Each race represented in the game now sounds unique.
This is a complete remake. I don't care what anyone says. This is a remake.
We also made sure to keep in all of the quirkier dialogue.
I really like the way they say hello. Sometimes it's so random, and then they just, hi there.
Hi there.
But it's like so nice and creepy at the same time.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop! You violated the law.
Stop, criminal scum!
Stop right there, criminal scum.
Criminal
scum.
Cheese for everyone.
Cheese for everyone!
Oh, he looks so good! He looks so
We are going
good!
to steal one of
Wow,
the
he does
Elder
too.
Scrolls from the Imperial Palace.
Oh my
You need to
God.
find the reading room. The blind priests will deliver a scroll to you there. Do not speak to the
look at
priests. They're blindfolded. I've chosen you because you are the best. Good luck.
Oh, I can't play this right now. I don't have time for this right now.
Stop! You violated the law. Your stolen goods are now forfeit. Then pay with your...
Ah! The best version of Bethesda games aren't made by Bethesda. Again, my big things with Bethesda these days is the company has clearly, over the last decade, Bethesda has moved away from developing products for their consumers first and has moved to developing products for their investors first. And we've seen that in Fallout 76, we've seen that in their mobile games, we've seen that in how they're doing monetization. So my hope for Bethesda is that we will see them orient back towards more player-focused stuff. Now that Microsoft owns them, the hope, and of course this is a copium hope, if you will. The hope is that now that Bethesda owns them, they will be more concerned about them delivering quality products, and products are just going to affect their bottom line. Now, of course, this is Microsoft we're talking about, so the copium is real, but it has to influence it somehow when you are already bankrolled and you are not beholden to your top board. When you're beholden to a company and not a board of people that only care about money, I hope that we will see Bethesda move to a situation where they fundamentally feel like we need to deliver to players first, not how much money we're going to make, but what the players are going to want and what they're going to enjoy. That's what I'd love to see from Bethesda. Because to put it bluntly, we're not there right now. We're not there right now. Similar to many major companies in the last decade, we have seen it move way more towards bottom line and away from player. And it would be nice to see that balance.
What are those features that just immediately come to mind for players when they think of the game?
The mini games are the mini games. Those are so iconic to Oblivion.
Great!
Wow, I forgot about these.
Like lockpicking.
Oh,
You
okay.
can put a fresh coat of paint on it, but you can't change it too much because it's part of the core experience.
Yes. Agreed.
Whether you're returning to
that's fine.
Cyrodiil or you're a newcomer,
I'm going to follow you and watch you and worship...
Oh, I've got an
the
emote
ground
for
you
this.
walk on.
you will instantly feel at home. It just feels better. We've modernized a lot, but it's still the same incredible adventure and the same carefully handcrafted world.
Dude,
Well, it's about time. Do you know how long we've been waiting?
this looks so good. It's, oh man. Oh my lord.
Oblivion is a core part of the story of Bethesda Game Studios. None of what we're surrounded by right now would be here if we hadn't made that game and if it hadn't been the success that it was. The effort that we put into it, the sort of the love that went into it, I think that comes across on the screen.
To have worked on something that people care enough where you're in a position where you can remaster it, it's a privilege.
Oh, I don't think it was an emote. I think it was a
to help
Kovatar
introduce
thing.
this game to a new generation of players.
Nice.
I feel so lucky.
I really think that people, when they jump back into the remaster, they're going to be shocked at just how good the game looks. The Oblivion gates look absolutely incredible, and I think they're just going to find themselves lost in the world.
Even if it's just the music,
Agreed.
for example, just walking around for half an hour in the world, you feel something. And that's precious.
That's
You're going back to a
precious.
world that you've been to before, but it's better somehow. Like, it's an intangible thing, but it's like, it's new, it's fun. Like, it's exciting.
What do you mean it's
again.
What do you mean
But
it's
ultimately
very
the same
tangible?
game.
They redid everything. It's all redone.
Before, and I think the
It's
fans
right
will
there.
appreciate that.
Is that what she's talking about?
From all of us at Bethesda Game Studios,
And Virtuous.
we want to thank you for joining us today. Oblivion has a very special place in my heart, and being able to work on this remaster,
Man, it's a remake,
to
but
new
it's
generation of players
beautiful.
has been an incredible experience.
Oh my god, dude.
We were too excited to get it in your hands and didn't want to just show it off to you and then make you have to wait.
Yeah, we're already doing that with every other project we've done,
The
so
one
you know.
to announce that the Oblivion remaster will be available today.
What? Today? I swear to God, Bethesda, if you use that clip, do not touch that. No, you're not allowed.
them together for me.
Okay.
I was born 87 years ago.
They're gonna use that clip out of spite.
But for all these years, I've never been the ruler of my own dreams. This is the 27th of Last Seed, the year of Akatosh 433. These are the closing days of the
That's
third
today,
year,
Chad.
and the final hours of my life. I have seen the gates.
Oh, it is going to be fun to come back to this. Yeah, you can download it right now. It's on Game Pass. Keep that in mind. It's on Game Pass. It's interesting because, you know, we've talked a lot about Bethesda over the last few years, especially with Starfield and ES6. And I will say, this is unfortunately not the most, you know, rosy thing to say, but I think they outsourced it because they had to. I think they outsourced it to a different company because Bethesda does not know Unreal 5. I think Bethesda is basically kind of chained to their creation engine, and everyone there knows how to use it, knows the workflows, knows how to do it, and that's what they do. So when you're talking about moving to like an entirely new engine, it's far more advantageous for them to outsource that than hire an entire new team. There's, especially if that's the only project they're doing. Now, hopefully it isn't, and we're going to see Fallout 3 and New Vegas remasters in this vein. If they aren't doing that already, they're crazy because that will print money. But I think it's just, I mean, the Bethesda that we've seen today, especially after seeing Starfield, they're a company that's stuck in the past. Bethesda is a company that is chained to the past because of their engine. They're wrapping it in UE5 because, frankly, again, it would have taken too much to redevelop it in UE5. We're talking about games that have like fully simulated items, fully simulated environments. That's not something you can just like move from one engine to another. And doing that in Unreal 5 could be too resource intensive. I mean, just look at the Stalker 2 devs. They had this amazing A-Life system in their old engine. They tried to move it to UE5 and they couldn't. It was too resource intensive in UE5 for them to move their A-Life system into it easily. So they're basically having to rebuild it from the ground up, and they're having a lot of problems doing it. That's probably exactly what would happen to Bethesda if they tried to just make ES6 in UE5. They'd have to basically redesign all of their systems that they already have in Creation Engine in UE5, and God only knows if those systems are going to work properly or the way they do in their old engine. So it's for what they're doing, And for the product available, wrapping the old engine in UE5 not only is probably the most cost-effective thing, but frankly, I mean, that may be the only way they could do it at this point. The entire Bethesda studio, remember, has been using this one engine for decades. So that's where their experience is. So they would have to bring in all new people, all new employees to shift engines or fundamentally reinvent what their company is. And I mean, they're going to be releasing a game in a few years that's going to be on an engine that is going to release outdated. And that stinks. But I think that's one of the reasons they outsourced, is because they don't have the capability to develop a project like this without significantly more resources. And what's even wilder is I'm actually really glad they did, because this remake, they call it a remaster, but let's be real, it's a remake. This remake looks fantastic. Like that remake, that is not a remaster. That is a remake. Like they were fundamentally changing gameplay things. They like, this is way more than a remaster. And frankly, everything they said they changed, they talked about why they did it. They talked about the impacts they had. They talked about the reasoning behind it. It looked awesome. So I'm actually kind of thrilled that they outsourced it, because I don't know if Bethesda would have made those decisions. And it looks like they picked a great team with Virtuoso or Virtuous to make that happen. I'm going to be keeping a close eye on Virtuous. I really liked what I heard from those devs. They seem very plugged into what they were doing, which, to put it bluntly, is not something we see in all devs these days, Concord. So it's going to be interesting. I think we'll see Elder Scrolls. I think we'll see Elder Scrolls 6 in 2027. And the reason I say that is but here's the thing. SGF this year is going to be telling. If we see Elder Scrolls 6 at SGF this year, I think it'll be out in 2027. If we don't see any hint of ES6 this year, then I would guess 2028 or later. Yeah, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, there you go. That's everything.